Hello, this is Chess with Bill. That's right. I got like real close to the mic. So check this out. I just played a game on yeoldchess.com. It was, I'm not going to say it was a good game because it really didn't last very long. But I wanted to show you something. Right, here we go. So I did the old review, right? So this person is doing the Scandinavian, right? Or something like it. The Scandi 2, the Anglo-Scandinavian, I think is what it's called. Right, so we take, all book moves. Okay, now the next move. Moves back. I believe the book move is to go over to A5. I think you can go to C6 and then come all the way back is the one that I've seen a lot. I was unaware that you could go to D6. It says it's the best move. Regardless, I make this move. Okay. My rationalization for this was, well, they don't have a center, and I have some time to fianchetto and pull out all my stuff. You know, maybe D4 was definitely on my mind. It says just get the knight out and rock and roll, right? So the knight will protect these two squares, and the knight's out. It's developing for the castle, whereas this is probably an okay move, surely. It's like, no, you lose forever if you make that move. Let's see. What does the engine say? I don't know. The Anglo-Scandinavian. So it says, yeah, it's excellent. D4 is fine. That's not what I did. I did this move. Now, here's the thing. So I just paid for the diamond whatever plan of chess.com so that I could not have to deal with Keith anymore and actually get more than one review. All right. I am not promoting chess.com here. They don't need any promotion from me. However, I use them a lot. Anyway, so I like to do the review, and when it gives me this, hey, G3 is an inaccuracy, you guys can't see this, but it says, you ignored an opportunity to develop a knight off its starting square. And then it has a little button for show moves. I like to hit the button because I'm like, well, I don't understand. Like, because I have a little bit of time, I can do that. Is there a big mistake that I'm making? Because this says it's an inaccuracy. It's giving him points. And this is what happened. Are you ready? Buckle up. Yes, of course. Oh, wait for it. So, we didn't play this game. The computer just does. We're still not done. That is 19 moves in. Okay. So, G3, the move that I was supposed to make, that is move 3. No, that's move 4. So, yeah. 17 moves. Wait, 17, 16, 17. 15 moves later. Wow. I can do math. The computer's like, this is why knight F3 is best. What? Okay. So yeah, I thought that was really, really interesting. I'm sorry. It's saying that's why G3 is not best. Okay? So in the end there, I'm up 3, as in I have +3. He's going to come over here and take the knight and regain, I'm assuming. Maybe he'd do something else, but the point is we would be equal. Okay, and let's see if this is like the most terrible move in the world. Yeah, so it's best. Okay, so that says it's an inaccuracy if I do G3. 15 moves deep is what it says. So let's go retry. Hey, look, I made the best move. And I have a 0.9 plus. So almost, this is almost worth a pawn. So we're equal on material, but my position is such to where it's like I'm a pawn up. We'll see if I can keep that. Now, what the engine says is the knight moves forward into the game. Okay, this is called development. Thank you, chess.com. I am an idiot. All right, so I'm going to hit show moves to see why this is better. And let's see if this works. Takes with the queen. Interesting. I have a feeling that this game has been played before. Thoughts? Yeah, I hadn't done this one yet, so right. So had I played knight f3, clearly this is better, right? The elo bar says I'm still at 0.9, so I basically have a 1 pawn advantage. So my position is better. Black is crimped. Sure. They don't. Well, no, they do have central pawns. I own the D file. They kind of own the C file. But yeah, I've got an attack coming, I guess. I don't know. The little evaluation thing, you know, the histogram thing says that I'm 1 up. That was how many moves ahead? That was move 17. So that was slightly less than 15. What, 13 moves ahead? What? Like, these games have just been played, y'all. It's amazing. Okay, so let's actually game review what happened in real life. And this is what happened. And that was it. So let's go back because chess.com likes to go really, really, really fast. All right, so I did g3. This is when I thought, I mean, he's not taking the center, so I could do d4. It says it's the best. Great. Fianchetto. And then I'm just straight up trying to develop. I was like, all right, well, I'm going to castle, because why not? Unpin my knight. e4 is excellent. I can do e4 now, I'm told, by my chess coach. So now I can, because I have already castled, I can do e4. And the idea is to put pressure on his knight, or maybe eventually. It likes putting the knight on e5. I wonder why. Let's find out. So let's say I come up here. Why is this best? So gain space on the queen side and start attacking the queen with the knight. Interesting. Queen trade, and I get a rook. So that's why. Assuming he makes those moves. Now, that was move 9, and this all happens on move 16. So, plenty of moves later. I mean, it's technically 7 moves later, but counting his, 14 moves later. So that's why moving the knight there, I'm thinking more linearly. It's trying to bring the knight over, come over here, and then after the, well, it's not that order, but it's bring the knight up here, hit the pawn, blocking off the queen, and then coming over here. With the intention of redirecting the knight. Sorry, not that knight. My bad, my arrows are totally wrong, right? With the intention, now the queen moves and is no longer guarding this. So because I'm attacking the queen here with this knight, where does she go? She goes here, I think. So then I redirect here with my knight. Now this is the thing that I didn't quite understand. Let's see if it actually shows it to me. No. So we'll, no. Right, this is the one I want to retry. Slowly but surely, after a year, I will get this. All right, so pushes the pawn. Why pushing the pawn? I think to open up the bishop, his dark squared bishop. Okay, so I'm cramping the queen here. Cramping her style, and if she doesn't do the right thing, then she gets trapped, I think. Okay, gets his knight out. I'm attacking the queen, setting it up. She moves to one of the only squares that she can go to. She could have moved all the way back, but I think she gets into trouble, like here, after that. All right, so I protect my knight here. Everything's protected. Now here's the move that I didn't quite understand. So he's attacking this knight. I move here. So my idea was, why doesn't... So the queen can't take. Why doesn't he take this way? Like, the queen trade, I think I could even calculate that this knight's going to be lost. Sorry, not that knight's going to be lost. This is going to happen, and I'm going to get a rook, right? There's got to be a reason. I'm sure there's a reason. I can see why you don't take with this pawn, because after taking here, no. If you take with this pawn, if I take back, then they collect this rook. So this is more complicated than my brain likes to do. Why does the queen trade here? I bet it's like 3 moves deep at least. So what happens if he takes? Let's have the engine tell us. It's like, no, no, no. That was a bad move. I lose the knight, right? Yeah. So that's the issue, is I lose the knight. Or I should say, black loses the knight. And that ain't no good. And their position is kind of wonky. Okay, so they can't take with this pawn. They take with this pawn, it's the same difference, right? In fact, it's even worse. This happens, and apparently the black king is in a lot of problem, or in a lot of trouble. Okay, so that's why. You lose a knight, and the king just opens up. So, queen takes. All right. Check for the old fork. Trade the queens down. Get that knight away, and now I can collect the rook. Now, something that is often on my mind when coming over to c7 with the knight and doing, you know, the lovely fork, which seems like a common theme, right, is this knight oftentimes seems trapped because the king can take it, right? And then coming out, there's usually something like a pawn or something that that kills it. So when getting into this position, I am often sacrificing something, and then I feel like I'm sacrificing a knight, at least in the interim. So maybe it's just forward thinking, perhaps coming here to allow the knight out. Granted, this can happen. Takes, maybe not actually. Yeah, maybe that is it. Let's see. Knight a5. Where's knight a5? So I think what this is doing is just trying to do the same thing to me. It's trying to have an attacking opportunity. b1 with the rook, getting away from the fork. Knight d5. Oh. Trying to close it up and actually have something to attack in the e4, pushing it back. We'll do a couple more of these. b4. It's interesting to see how, so black is, I guess, no, the king's moved, so they can't castle. E kills d5, e kills d5. Nice, sexy looking pawn chain, and it's bishop f4. Oh, wait. This bishop f4. Okay, so now trying to get the knight out of dodge. Anyway, so that's why. That's why it blows my mind. All right, let's keep on going. Right, so I attack the center. Take back. It thinks that taking with the pawn is best. I was thinking I want the queen involved. Queen involved here. My idea was I've got the knight here. This queen can't take. And then maybe I can start attacking this square, which is what I eventually did. I'm interested in knowing why. You're threatening to eventually win material. Right. But why is the pawn better? No. That's not what I want. Let's see. Boom. Retry this. Right. So why is that best? Takes back. Okay, so this is something I can kind of understand. Just positionally, it's a little better. You know, has a pawn in the center. Almost a passed pawn, right? And my chess coach says it's like a bone, a pawn on, especially on like the 7th rank or the 6th rank, is like a bone in the throat, is what he talks about. Okay, so let's come back on my move. Why is this not the best? So he threatens my knight. And now a whole bunch of moves. I think he doesn't take the knight on, as in E does not kill D5. I think because I've got this rook just looking, glaring at the king. It's an interesting move here, I think. Pushing the, let's see. So he opens up the pawn. I attack the queen, drive her away. She comes back, I think, to just be defending these two squares. This is coming out aiming at this pawn because it kind of prevents them from developing their dark squared bishop and castling. So just super cramped. Gets the knight out. Eventually he's going to attack the knight after I likely attack the queen. Or something like that. Yeah. So knight's out. Yeah, if I come here, they have this, but then let's say they're defending with their knight, like there's problems coming along. Or I should say it this way. Anyway, okay. So it seems like taking with the knight is fine, but it allows for a little bit of counterplay. Whereas if I take with the pawn, then my position is just better and better and better. Now, this is the end of the game. They make this move, which I didn't think was a good move at the time, because I could come here and fork them. To both my opponent and my surprise, that wins the game. I was like, oh, hell yeah, he blocked his queen. Yeah, boy, I'm going to take this rook over here. Which I think he saw as well. You know, he's like, oh, I'll just take your knight back. You know, you get my rook, but I get the knight. And I'm like, right, yeah, I'm willing to do that. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. And that's checkmate. So, to my opponent, I didn't see it either. Okay. That is the review for today. I hope you guys dug it. I know that I'm just learning. So you're learning with me. And if you got any comments and all that good stuff, advices, then let me know in, well, the comments. Okay, I'm leaving. Peace.